The southern border is so secure right now, we have a 99.99% reduction in all border crossings. And
there's just a fear factor. It's
a fact, actually.
Well, because when Trump is saying that he's going to deport every single immigrant, it makes immigrants not want to come in.
Good for Trump!
That's the entire point! That's the point!
Hey, Charlie.
Yes, sir.
My name's Patrick. I'm a student here. My question to you is, why are you so hypocritical in the way that you look at Trump and Biden? As far as the economy goes, every time he announces a tariff, economy tanks. We saw that twice in March, and then in the most recent one where he announced like the largest or the most tariff percentage.
Do you mean the stock market or the economy?
Everything in general, just like the way
the stock market's back up to even before the tariff announcement.
Yeah, but that's because he took away the tariffs. He took it away because all of his billionaire buddies, more or less. It's true. Elon Musk isn't really on TV anymore because he's lost trillions in Tesla.
He was just in the cabinet meeting last week wearing multiple hats. Did you see that? He said, "I wear many hats."
No, I don't watch the.
Well, then why do you say he's not on TV? You said you know what he's on TV. Don't even. Well, you said he's not on TV anymore. You say you don't watch TV.
I don't. I just see him everywhere. I used to see him everywhere, and then as soon as the tariffs went into effect, he lost trillions in Tesla stock. He stopped showing up. Who is it? Pete Hegseth is a moron.
Hold on, let's pause.
Okay, so it's obvious this student is extremely biased towards the Republican and Trump administration, and that's okay. Everyone has a bias. Everyone has a side that they lean towards. The problem what he's saying is just some of it is just not true. For example, he brought up Elon Musk losing trillions when Trump announced tariffs. Elon Musk started losing money actually way before Trump announced tariffs. He started losing money actually right after Trump won. His stock shot up and then it started shooting down. And this happened before Trump lost tariffs. But the narrative he's getting this from is from CNN. He got this from CNN or whatever news source he watches. They told him this, and since they told him this, he believes it to be true. And this is a big problem I have with mainstream news. They lie to people. They tell them lies. And people just blindly follow it. They blindly believe it. They blindly eat it up like clowns. They blindly eat it up like rats in a rat race. Nonetheless, let's continue. I hope you enjoy this video.
How's it that? Is military recruitment up?
Not sure. Is it?
Yes, it is. Is military morale up?
Not sure.
Are military war games up?
Not sure.
Yes. Is military procurement going in the right direction?
Wait,
so hold on a second. You call Pete Hegseth a moron, yet more people want to join our military, and they're happier fighting in our military with Pete Hegseth as head of Secretary of Defense. So that's really weird. Why is he a moron exactly?
Well, because
he served in the U.S. military alongside.
Of course, and I appreciate his service.
Is that how you talk to veterans? You call them morons?
No, I don't. And don't say that I do.
That's what. No, but why is he a moron exactly?
Well, because of the 2 Signal chat leaks.
He did not add the reporter into there.
It doesn't matter. Why is he having
Signal's an approved communication platform done by the Biden administration. Actually, do you use Signal? Do you use WhatsApp? Do you use Telegram?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't really? You don't use any messaging apps?
I just use iMessage.
Okay, that's a messaging app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also a secure one as well. But what is the contention here? You said the hypocrisy. So let me now try to get which person is was more capable of talking to the media, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Neither. Joe Biden, that's my biggest gripe.
Did you have full faith in Joe Biden's ability to complete sentences?
To a certain extent, I did. And then I didn't. After I realized maybe he is too old to be in office, just like Donald Trump, which he will be the oldest president
age
in
has
office.
Nothing to do with it. Brain acuity
now
has
it doesn't. It doesn't now, but when Biden was in office,
no, we
did.
never criticized Biden's age. We criticized his lack of knowing where he is and his dementia.
And then that's my point. You talk about Biden when he was dementiated, like you said.
Yes, and okay, Donald Trump has done multiple hours of freewheeling press conferences a week. Joe Biden wouldn't talk to the press for weeks on end. So, but you say that the hypocrisy, I'm very interested. What do you mean by that? Because actually, Joe Biden told us the southern border was an impossible problem to solve and needed Congress to solve. The southern border is so secure right now, we have a 99.99% reduction in all border crossings. And
that's just a fear factor. It's
it's a fact, actually.
Well, because when Trump is saying that he's going to deport every single immigrant, it makes immigrants not want to come in.
Good for Trump.
Isn't that the entire point? That's the entire point. That's the entire point. That's the point. Yes, it should be a fear factor to illegally cross border. Yes, exactly. Maybe I'm crazy. Sometimes I'm like, am I tripping? Yes, that's the point. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are these colleges teaching these students? Yes.
That's amazing. And by the way, don't call them immigrants. They're line cutters and border jumpers. Immigrants are people that wait in line and fill out the forms and come here correctly. Don't conflate the two. Don't conflate the two. When you border jump, you're not an immigrant. You're something completely different.
A criminal? Is that what you're going to say?
You're not an equivalent.
An equivalent of what? A human?
One is a criminal. One is a rule follower. One is a lawbreaker. One is someone who waits in line.
So should they not have due process?
Well, it depends. You know that there's 3 ways that people don't have due process in this country?
How?
Because actually, according to the Supreme Court in 2019, if you come across the southern border within 14 days or 100 miles southern border, you could be deported immediately without due process because you're not an American citizen. Supreme Court ruled that. According to the Alien Enemies Act, which President Trump invoked with Kilmar Garcia, there's no due process that is necessary. So, as I have said, you do not need due process for that if you are an illegal alien invader in the interior of this country under those circumstances. If you're
he's right. They're obviously. I hate the fact that the student even said that he tried to say, oh, they're less than humans. He's trying to basically imply that, I guess, people who support Trump or whatever when it comes to immigration are dehumanizing illegal immigrants. That's not the case. That is not the case at all. They always try to bring this dehumanization or this racism factor or something like that into this debate. This is not the debate for that. This debate is so simple and people try to complicate it. It's illegal immigration. It's in the name. It's in the name. It's illegal immigration. That's the literal name of it. We say it's illegal when we describe it, and then we pretend like it's not illegal when we talk about it. And it's so funny because Barack Obama did the same thing. And they're trying to say that Trump is a dehumanizing racist because he's deporting illegal immigrants. Obama did the same thing. He deported over 300,000 people. Jesus Christ. Why is this a debate? It's like a weird debate to me. If it was legal immigration, that would be completely different. If Trump was trying to deport legal immigrants because he just didn't want legal immigrants in America, that's a completely different debate. But when you're talking about illegal immigrants who go across the border in a way that they're not supposed to go, I don't get it.
Push this economy.
correct. And Trump's been president for like 104 days.
Yeah, and with the tariffs,
gas is down, eggs are down. Actually, let me look at this. Can you look at this chart for me? You see, inflation drops to 2.4% in March, lower than expected. Thank you, President Trump. You see, it was going up right here. This was Joe Biden. You see that? Joe Biden, Trump. Joe Biden.
Do you see
Trump.
him at the bottom?
Do you see Joe Biden, Trump? Do you see that? Joe Biden, Trump. And Trump is all the way on the way down. Joe Biden, Trump. Can you do it with me? Joe Biden, Trump. Joe Biden, Trump. Do you want? I'll sign this for you. Do you want it?
Actually, yeah. Can you?
I will. Yeah.
My buddy. He also doesn't have a brain.
Doesn't have a brain. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. He's still my friend though. So I just want you.
You got to hold it up for the camera.
There
you go. Inflation is down, everybody.
All right. I just want you, if at the end of Trump's presidency, and he overall it's a failure, will you admit that it was a failure?
I mean, well, yeah.
The tariffs are a failure. You can admit that.
Hold on a second. But first of all, what you consider to be a failure, I consider a roaring success. I think border secure is very good.
I'm not talking about border.
Hold on.
I'm talking
I think
about
manufacturing jobs coming up is very good. Like, yes, if some things don't go well, I will be honest about it. But even right now, we're not agreeing on success or failure. You're saying Trump is failing, and yet inflation is going down. We're bringing jobs back to the country. We had a better jobs report than anybody expected last week. The stock market has fully recovered. We're about to get no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. So all of those things will work, and you're going to see the opening of the American economy unlike anything ever before. I believe we'll see an end of the Russian-Ukrainian war. I believe we're finally going to see no men and female sports, no chemical castration of kids. And he's already delivered on all those promises.
Well,
So let me ask you,
I hope.
You were a big Biden supporter, right?
Not really. I mean, he was just well, actually, when Kamala was on the ticket, I'd rather vote for her than Trump, so I voted
fine.
for her.
That's fine. Hold on. Okay. So, but I mean, you're bashing on Trump. What was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's biggest accomplishment? What was the one that really got you excited?
The Chips and Science Act.
Oh, the Chips and Science Act.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
And nobody even...
Yeah, that was a really good accomplishment. I thought he was honestly going to ask what was the biggest thing that you disagree with them on, which is is ironically the border, the same thing that this debate is on. And people just are so choosy, and they pick and choose, and they're so needy. An example of this would be the biggest thing that Trump ran off of was the border. Biden and Kamala Harris objectively didn't do a good job at the border. So now you're mad that Trump is securing the border. It's like you really can't win, and it sucks. It really sucks for both sides because in this instance, you also hate the way that Trump is handling the border, but then you didn't like Biden, implying that you didn't like the way that he handled the border, and the way that they handle the border are like polar opposites. So it's like, what do you want to happen? What do you want to actually happen at the border? I'm so confused. I am so confused. What would you like to happen? Do you want it to be secure? Do you not want it to be secure? I'm a little confused at this point. I don't know. I really don't know. But the Chips and Science Act was pretty good. If you guys don't know, the Chips and Science Act was an act that implemented semiconductor manufacturing in America, because these are the biggest things used for all types of technology in the country, including in the defense sector and the private sector. And it's just a great thing to have because, for example, a lot of our semiconductors are not made in this country. So let's say something were to happen and we were to beef with one of the leading semiconductor countries, we wouldn't be able to even make electronics for our computers, for our phones, for our cellular services, for our towers, and that would be detrimental to America. So this act was good. I don't know how the Trump administration is handling this. I think they're expanding the act, but I'm not really sure. But yeah,
even knows what the Chips and Science.
No, I know what it is.
I know, but I'm not talking about them. Obviously, you know this is your job. But all I'm saying is, when Biden left office, the inflation rate was at 2.4%, right? Yeah, 2.4%, as you showed me, at the very end of his presidency. And when Trump announced his tariffs, both times it rose inflation to a staggering rate. Eventually, on the last round of tariffs, before the most recent one, when he I'm blanking.
We got to get to the next question.
All right, well,
final thing is this: are you cheering for Trump's success?
I'm cheering for America's success, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Good. We can agree on that. We both want to see America succeed. Thank you, man. God bless.
Yeah, this student didn't really know what he was talking about for the most part, if I'm being honest. He was very confused a lot of the time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is Jojo, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.